This Herefish hook success story is a client that updated tens of thousands of candidate category and skill fields in about a half hour of setting up automations. So here's how the client achieved this. They were utilized a setting in Herefish that Herefish admins support can turn on, where values for your drop downs and pickers can populate from values that exist in your database and not from your what's listed in your system settings. So this allows every value that exists in your database to be searchable in Herefish list criteria. And then they created automations to update those outdated values to the new values. So this is something that we commonly see. If you have an old database, you've made a lot of changes to your category, skill codes, or any other fields, that might be your statuses, things of that nature, that can change and evolve over time. You can do automations like this to make sure everything in your database is on the same page as far as values go. So this was very valuable for the client. Here is what they had to say. I've been wanting to get this done forever, but never had the time. I think it would have taken me months if I had to do it manually. Literally crossed off a to-do list item that was there for years in about a half an hour of building automations. I'm in love. So obviously love to hear that from a client. And particularly love that for me because this hits very close to home. Back in my recruiting days, sadly before I had recruitment automation, I was doing a lot of database cleanup projects, things of that sort. I once had to do 15,000 plus record updates, and I had to do it one click at a time. So it took me about 2+ weeks of time, and that could have literally been done with a Herefish automation in a matter of minutes, maybe even seconds. So of course, I'm going to show you how you can get this done for yourself, and also give you a couple other bonus ways that you can update some candidate category and skill codes. First, going to show you how you can do those mass updates for the outdated category or skill codes. So we'll just go into a candidate-based automation. Name the list, the automation, of course. Or build that out. So, the basic idea here is you want to find whatever the old values are in your system. And again, utilizing that generate values from database values is going to be the key. So you can type in, this is something that you can type in. Right, so say like assemblers and assembly, look at all these different assembler things. Say a lot of these are old values, we want to change it back. So maybe, assembler is what we want. So we can grab everything that has this in it, right? So those are the values that are no more. We would save the list, and then we would just do simply an update candidate step to then set the category value. So candidate category. And what we want to do, actually we probably want to clear. Right, we can remove all of these. Yeah, that's all the ones we need to remove. So we can clear that value first, and then we can add in the correct value. Now I'm doing it this way because maybe maybe utilize multiple categories. If you only use one, you can just set it and just replace all existing. But here we can just add to existing, and then we're just going to put in assembler. So that's the way that you could kind of do that. Now, if you have a lot of old categories to kind of change and move around, this is where you can utilize branching in a cool way. I'll just show you how to do this. So just do I just want to give you a brief example. instead of having a bunch of separate automations, you know, we could do this assembler idea here. Assembly was the other one. Right. So we could have our first branch, and of course these things we'd put over here instead. But then the added benefit of this is in our branches, then we could just look at another set. We could say, okay, category old grouping number 2. And let's just say this maybe is warehousing or something. I bet there's a lot of, yeah, look at all those warehouse. So maybe we say, all right, we're just going to change these categories to just plain warehouse. So get rid of this stuff. Right. Boom. Then we just go through the same thing on this branch now, where we'd say, all right, remove those warehouse values we don't want, update the warehouse value that we do want now. So you could do that for as many of these groupings as you want, all within one automation. And then of course you just would want to make sure that your entry step and the total automation, right, had all the values for everything that could be on here that you're wanting to get rid of. But it's a way you can save some space, only do it in one automation. If you're doing skill codes and category updates, I would recommend those as 2 separate automations. We don't need the wait step here. But so that's a way you can do that. It's super powerful. You can get tons of updates happening really quickly. And then also, I just want to also show you a little bonus feature on some cool ways that you can update category and skill codes. For people that maybe don't have it, or you know you're looking for updated information, those types of things. So the neat thing about submission and placement records is you can copy information from one place to another. So, you know, for example, like one of my favorite on that idea is you can copy, you know, like the pay rates, you know, current salary, pay rates, those types of things from the submission job. You know, so the pay rates of that, so you can make sure that information is updated. But something also that can be really helpful is you can update the candidate position with the submission job title or the placement job title. So you can just have those things flow in automatically. And then the other interesting part of this is you can kind of pull in from submission skill category codes. So we'll just do this here. So you could pull in and say like a job category is warehouse, right? The warehouse in the right way. And again, you could do this. You could do the same idea with branching, right? So you could say, all right, find me all the candidates that have been submitted to a job there, and then we're going to want to add the candidate category of warehouse. So you can get your own data updating itself, which is really cool. And so you can do that. Again, you can do that multi-branch idea up at the top. So if your main things that you want to update can all be done within one automation. Really cool way to get your own data and activity to update itself. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos. Leave a like or a comment, and be sure to check out these other videos over here. Until next time, happy automating.